Hi, Kirsten, and thanks for joining us on Career Conversations.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. I am delighted to be here.
Of course. Kirsten earned a marketing degree from the Beatty School of Business while honing her writing chops by putting herself through university as an ESL tutor. Kirsten is now a communication strategist, ghostwriter, and overall marketing tornado at her own company, the Campbell Agency. So, Kirsten, my first question for you is, how did a marketing and HR grad end up as a communication strategist and ghostwriter? And what does a ghostwriter do?
Well, just like anybody else, as it is, you graduate directly into the '08 job wasteland and you get a variety of exposure to different industries. At least that's what happened for me. And as I was tootling about all these different industries, it came to my attention. It was really hard not to notice that they were pretty much all like a Groundhog Day type situation. So I took that as my bat signal to basically just step off the cliff and make my parachute as I was falling, and that was to self-employment. And it turns out that a scribe with a business degree actually has a lot of value in a whole ton of different industries. And to answer your second question, a ghostwriter is basically the ghost in the machine who writes stuff for people, whether it's emails, speeches, editing documents, brand books, all that kind of stuff that a lot of people don't want to admit somebody else has written, but that they've written for them. So that is me.
And what surprised you the most about being self-employed versus working in-house?
It's, even though everything's totally on you now, it's so much easier and more stable, which I never expected. Yes, every dumb decision is yours now, but that's kind of great because you're no longer subjected to the whim of other people. And that's something that I never ever expected about self-employment, is that it would be more stable.
And what advice can you offer students looking to start their job search?
Ooh, I've actually written a whole bunch of them out here. So number one is you've got to network to get work. Start as early as you can, because the best time to be networking is when you don't need something from somebody. Always negotiate your salary, especially in the beginning, usually because they don't expect you to, but also some folks will actually pull the offer just because you negotiated. And so you want to know that early on. Next is pay attention to what you pay attention to. Most people nowadays are going to have 5 careers over the course of their life. So getting clear on what you're into as you're sort of moving about your early career is going to be really useful for whatever those next moves could be. And remote work is the future, especially now. So definitely challenge companies that are demanding that you get into the office and share oxygen with people for collaboration or work culture, because they're usually kind of fluffy and they don't really mean anything. So definitely challenge them on that. And lastly, my favorite one is the hardest part of being an overnight success is the first 10 years. So don't be too hard on yourself in those early years, because you really are just trying to figure it out. So do the best you can, learn as much as you can, and stay open-minded.
So what advice would you be able to offer students who don't know what to do with their business degree, or if they're still pursuing their business degree and feeling lost?
In the early days, I would say yes to everything, because then you get the exposure of what you're interested in and all those types of different things. Like in the beginning, I was like, no, I don't want to work in tech. Like, I'm not technical. That's not my scene. But it turns out it actually was a benefit not to be technical in tech, because then you're better able to sort of be the conduit of information for lay people. And it was actually really fun. So the whole industry that I never thought I would enjoy actually turned out to be one that I did enjoy. So definitely don't close yourself off to things that you haven't tried before, because you never know, you might like them.
And what advice would you offer someone who's not necessarily pursuing a business degree, but wants to take a whack at it?
Then go for it. I mean, in the sense of a lot of jobs that say they need a business degree, you really don't. A lot of it's common sense, strategic thinking, problem solving, all those kind of things that you aren't really taught in school. And I mean, like, SFU, don't at me on this one, but after graduating, there really wasn't a whole ton of ways to apply my business degree to what I was working on, whether that was in-house and even to my own business. Starting my own business really made it clear how business school didn't prepare me in a lot of ways for those basic things and the context and stuff like that that you just can't learn in a textbook. So definitely that part of it.
Well, thanks again for joining us, Kirsten, and for sharing your expertise with the audience. It was great chatting with you.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Have a good one.